Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. On the auspicious day of first Ekadashi of Vaisakh month, let us all seek the blessings of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. As we all know, the Hindu calendar is basically a lunar calendar and is based on moon's revolution around the earth. This leads to waxing and waning of the moon and also helps us to divide the total month into two pakshas or fortnight. In relation to moon, we all know what waxing and waning means. Waxing means increase in brightness of the moon or becoming larger in size. So it is also addressed as a Shukla Paksh, as the word Shukla also means bright or white. It is a period between new moon Amavasya to the full moon Purnima. Similarly, the word waning means decrease in brightness of the moon or becoming smaller in size. So it is addressed as a Krishna Paksh, as the word Krishna means dark. It is a period between full moon Purnima to the new moon Amavasya. Now Ekadashi or the 11th day, like all other dates, comes two times in a lunar month. Once in Shukla Paksh and the other in Krishna Paksh. It is the 11th lunar day of the waxing Shukla Paksh and waning Krishna Paksh lunar cycles in a Vedic calendar month. In the bright half of the lunar month, the moon will appear roughly 3/4 full on Ekadashi, and in the dark half of the lunar month, the moon will be about 3/4 dark on Ekadashi. As there are two Ekadashis in a month, there will be at least 24 Ekadashis in a year. But in case of Adhik Mas, extra month, this number can also be 26. Ekadashi is popularly observed within Vaishnavism, a major denomination within Hinduism. Followers offer their worship to the god Vishnu by fasting. Second, 9th Adhyay 4 of Bhagavad Puran mentions of Ekadashi fast observed by great king Ambrisha, a devotee of Vishnu. This month of Vaisakh has Madhusudan, also known as the slayer of demon Madhu, as the presiding deity, and Krishna Paksh Ekadashi is addressed as Varuthini Ekadashi and Shukla Paksh Ekadashi as Mohini Ekadashi. In most of Nepal and India, Ekadashi is considered a day to clean the body and repair and rejuvenation, and is usually observed by partial or complete fast. As with all sacred activities, it is also associated with some do's and don'ts. High protein and carbohydrate containing foods such as beans and grains are not consumed by the observant people during the fast, as it is a day to cleanse the body. Instead, only fruit, vegetables and milk products are eaten. This period of abstinence starts from sunrise on the day of Ekadashi to sunrise on the following day. Rice is not eaten on Ekadashi. Those who fast on this day are considered to get rid of malefic planetary influences. They experience happiness and gain the right peace of mind to think of Ishwar and attain moksha. Now, these activities are not only part of our esteemed rituals, but have a scientific and medical basis to it. The irony is that they come into our notice only when it is highlighted by some other organizations or individuals. In this case, also, when the word fasting was mentioned in our Vedic literature, it was considered orthodox. But when medical science proved intermittent fasting as a boon for our health, we looked back into our ancient scriptures and then only realized the knowledge which our ancestors had thousands of years back. When the 2016 Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded to Japanese researcher Yoshinori Oshumi for his research in autophagy, the importance of fasting was again brought to the notice of all in a bigger way. So let us discuss this Ekadashi, the importance of fast, importance of intermittent fasting, its benefits, and how this fast is related to Ekadashi. Intermittent fasting has been practiced for centuries with the belief of well-being getting restored. The so-called restoration of internal milieu by calorie-free periods is believed in many religions. The Muslims practice the night-only feasts of Ramzan, the Christians in a few selected days of a week, and the Hindus fasting every 15 days on the day of Ekadashi, and many other fasts on different occasions. Intermittent restriction of calories has been described from time immemorial. Fasting on and off has been associated with various advantages and different health benefits. As soon as the fasting begins, there is a metabolic switch which causes the energy extraction from carbohydrates to triglycerides. A ketogenic phase is initiated. So, periodic metabolic switch provides the ketones which are necessary to fuel the cells during the calorie-free times. As mentioned, this phase helps to release ketones. Now, what are ketones? Ketones are a type of chemical that our liver produces when it breaks down fats. Our body uses ketones for energy typically during fasting, long periods of exercise, or when we don't have so many carbohydrates. Now, ketones in small numbers are your friends as it stimulates mitochondrial production, protects and regenerates the nervous system, acts like antioxidants, preserve muscle mass, prevents cancer growth, and improve the quality of people with autism. This may influence health and aging. It also invokes systemic and cellular responses that continue into the fat state, which comes later to improve mental and physical performances, as well as resistant to diseases. This is possibly one of the explanations for weight control in persons with calorie restricted intermittent feeds. We are daily listening to keto diets. Keto diet is the most common weight loss diet these days. It is a low carb, moderate protein, and with higher and healthy fats. Intermittent fasting may also influence the gut microbiota that is present in the intestinal tract. This influence improves both the obesity and the diabetic profile of patients. Caloric restriction and intermittent fasting have been shown to better the glucose homeostasis and insulin resistance in human beings and confers cardiovascular protection. In a clinical trial, older adults on a short-term regimen of caloric restriction had improved verbal memory. A subtle reduction in the progression of polycystic kidney disease and control of hypertension was also achieved with intermittent fastings. In women, reproductive and mental health is better with intermittent fasting. So now we can realize how much benefits this fasting or intermittent fasting is having. And this was all mentioned in our Vedic literature. The fast foods that have entered our platters and kitchens and subsequent lifestyle diseases has compelled us to look into what went wrong. Then only we realized why our grandparents and great-grandparents were so healthy, as they followed a better diet regime and strict regulation, which not only give them a better health but a peaceful mind, which was attached spiritually to God by following what was mentioned in scriptures. Now the question is, but why Ekadashi? Does it also have a scientific basis? Yes, it is also having a scientific basis. We all know sun, earth and moon influence each other because of their gravitational pulls. The gravitational pull of the moon is responsible for the tides in the water bodies. Similarly, the human body, which is mainly composed of water, is also having an effect because of the gravitational pull of the moon. The gravitational pull of the moon is not felt on the earth every day with the same intensity. On the 11th day of each lunar cycle, the moon forms a triad with the earth and sun, during which the distance between the moon and the sun is in the range of 120 to 132 degrees or in the range of 300 to 312 degrees, depending on whether the moon size is on the increase or decrease, means it is in Shukla Paksh or Krishna Paksh. Therefore, atmospheric pressure is the lowest on the day of Ekadashi. The impact of the atmospheric pressure on the human body is at its lowest on that day. If there would be no food and water in the stomach on these days, the so-called linear attraction is unlikely to affect the gut, kidney and the liver. Hence, this is the ideal time to fast and cleanse the bowel system. Hence, Ekadashi is considered to be the most favorable to observe fast and cleanse the body of all toxins. If important human organs such as the brain and the digestive system function as they should, the human body can protect itself to a great extent from many diseases related to indigestion. The malfunctioning of the digestive system is believed to result in various discomforts and ailments of the human person. Therefore, to ensure the proper functioning of the digestive system, the Vedic tradition advocates periodic cleaning of the system by fasting on every 11th day of the lunar cycle. What after Ekadashi? From the day after Ekadashi until the 5th day after the new moon or full moon, the moon exerts its steadily increasing gravitational pull on the earth, giving rise to heightened atmospheric pressure. The heightened atmospheric pressure in turn exerts heightened pressure on the human body, impacting body fluids and even the digestive system. Hence, fasting during these days is believed to result in much stress in the body. Therefore, those who fast on the day of Ekadashi are advised to eat as early as possible on the very next day. The study of the Vedic astronomy has revealed the significance of the moon's position and the influence over the human mind. Ekadashi, the 11th day of the lunar fortnight, is said to be conducive for the mind to be in its natural state of wisdom. Hence, if we fast and orient the mind, it's likely to act better. Coming to concept of autophagy, which was advocated by the Japanese researcher Yoshinori Oshumi, it is based on this. During starvation, cells break down proteins and other cell components and use them for energy. During autophagy, which literally translates into consuming oneself, is a phenomenon that occurs when our cells are starved, which can be induced by 12 to 16 hours of fasting. Cells destroy viruses and bacteria and get rid of the damaged structures. It is a process that is critical for cell health, renewal and survival, sparking this remarkable reaction which also causes a cell regeneration. So, all these studies established the ancient observation that intermittent fasting once in 15 days is likely to reap health benefit. So, giving all the respect to our Vedic scriptures, which has been written by the great rishis, it is important to follow those traditions, but with a small rider. And the rider is, we have to look after all these benefits, but we have to see also that these rituals, these things, we will have to take care of malnourished pregnant women and children, so that in the race for following these rituals, we may not damage their health. This Ekadashi, I wish everybody a healthy life, a peaceful mind, and a spiritual connection to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you.